dance floor. We sex them all till them call me. I'm the girl, them sugar, that's all. Welcome to King of the Dance Hall. What's going on, guys? As you can tell, I like listening to throwback songs, man. Back in the 2000s when I first came to the US, you know, I tried to learn English to listen to these fucking songs. Good luck with that. But anyway, I usually do that when the ride home is only like 10 minutes. Normally I have an audiobook in this bitch, but I finished my last audiobook. I gotta find a new one. I'm already reading my 4 books for this month, so I'm kind of good. Alright, enough ADD for today. This video is on how much muscle can you build in a day. I got a very interesting question, because you know, a lot of my subscribers know that I'm fucking nerdy as fuck when it comes to building muscle, right? I like knowing the little details and the numbers. I took the math, so I'm a math guy. I love math. So I like, wherever there's numbers, I'm comfortable. I like fucking around with numbers, looking at graphs and shit like that. And so somebody asked me, hey, man, how much muscle do you think a person could put on in one day, right? And that's a good question. We always think about how much muscle to put on. You could put on in a year, in a month, whatever. But just think, how much muscle can you put in a day? So I went on and did the math, you know, because I thought about that like a year ago, but I didn't really want to look it up till like I saw the question. I was like, wow, other people think like me, right? So obviously, you know, everybody knows, according to science and shit, the most you could put naturally is between 1 to 2 pounds of muscle, right? Assuming that you pass your noob stage, you know, because during your noob stage, anything could fucking happen, man. You could build you could go up to 40-inch arms when you're a noob. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. When you first started lifting, the gains came, and after a while it slowed down. And I explained why. I'm gonna make a separate video to explain mTOR, fucking protein synthesis, things like that. So anyway, so how much muscle can you put on in a day? So the literature says 1 to 2 pounds, like I said earlier. 1 to 2 pounds of muscle a month, not a day, a month. So all you gotta do is just divide that by 30. I mean, this is not rocket science. You're not gonna get the exact fucking number, but it gives you a close estimate, you know. So 1 to 2 pounds, 2 pounds a month. If you like really optimize everything, you pass your noob stage, and you really, I mean, you good. Your diet is perfect, your training is perfect, your recovery is perfect. Supplements, vitamins, all that shit. Science says 2 months. I'm not gonna argue with them because I can't measure how much muscle you can, you know, on average a person can put, unless you're like a Hansa motherfucker. Then, you know, it's probably like 4 or 5. But this motherfucker grows like, you know, he grows like weeds. He has mad satellite cells. So assuming you're between 1 and 2, I normally pick 1 just to make sure I know what's the minimum amount of muscle I can put on in a month, right? And I know the minimum is 1 for me if I'm, you know, trying to get my numbers right. If I know that it was a good month and my recovery was optimized, I try to shoot for the middle, like 1.5 pounds. But you know, the minimum, everyone should shoot for 1. And I made a video to tell you guys, if you're not growing after 3 to 4 weeks, you're not seeing little changes in your body. I'm not talking about like an inch on your biceps and shit, but you're not seeing gains like over time. Something is wrong. You gotta optimize something, because the body grows to adapt, and if it doesn't adapt, it dies, or you know, it stagnates, right? So your body doesn't put on muscle because you want it to put on muscle. It puts on muscle because it feels like there's a threat to its survival. That's why you have to make your body adapt. You have to make it feel like it needs to change, you know. And 3 to 4 weeks is really more than enough time for your body to adapt to a stress, you know. If you haven't changed past 2 months, that means you plateaued. Your body is getting just enough stimulus to stay the way it is. So when you divide that 1 to 2 pounds, right? Let's use the extreme 2 pounds of muscle in a month by 30. You get about, believe it or not, you get 30 grams of muscle a day. It's fucking pathetic, but it adds up. 30 grams of muscle a day is how much? Not 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of muscle, overall muscle, is what your body can put on in a day, can synthesize in a day, given everything equal, right? Meaning pretending like you optimize everything. The small range, which is 1 pound of muscle a month, that means your body is don't have like 15 grams of muscle a day. So conclusion, your body can synthesize about 15 to 30 grams of muscle a day. That's really, it's funny because that's a very small number, but it adds up, you know. If you're doing the 30 grams of muscle a day, at the end of the year you put on what, like 24 pounds of muscle, I believe. Yeah, 2 times 12, 24, yeah. And if you're doing the minimum, which is 1 pound a month, or the 15 grams of muscle a day, you're doing 12 pounds of muscle a year. That's a lot. That's a lot of muscle, guys. I mean, try looking at 12 pounds of beef. That's a lot. So anyway, guys, in case for the other nerds that just wanted to know how much muscle they could put on in a day, between 15 to 30 grams. Find your little number there. I don't know how you're gonna find that, but so try to strive for that. At the end of the day, me and Hansa joke around. We're like, at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, are you sure today you optimize everything? Are you sure, motherfucker, that when you lay down those big towers in the gym, you can go to bed knowing that you put on at least 15 to 30 grams of muscle today. You know, we just fuck around with that. But try to shoot for that. Try to make sure you get your 15 to 30 grams of muscle a day. All right, guys? I'm out of here. Team 3D. Don't forget to like the video and share. It helps the channel grow. Alright guys, quick story time. I haven't made this in a long time. So anyway, you guys know, I like asking people in the gym. Everyone I see with an overdeveloped body part, I go up to them and I ask them, hey, what did you do to get your body part that big, this and that. I don't care if it's steroids, I don't care if it's genetics. I always ask them, because 9 out of 10 times I always figure out that it's something according to my theory. You guys know my theory of, like, you train a muscle